Hi, United fans. Buckle up because today we have a massive Manchester United discussion to dive into, and honestly, this could shape the future of the club for the next few seasons. We're talking about a potential Mason Greenwood return to Old Trafford, the latest transfer targets being pushed by Christopher Vivell, the possibility of big-money player sales this summer, and the huge managerial question surrounding Michael Carrick and who might take charge next season. There are a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes at Old Trafford right now, and make no mistake, this is the kind of period that can completely reshape the direction of the club. So stay right here, stay connected with the channel, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next big update from Old Trafford. Because what we are about to break down today is serious football business, the type of discussion every United fan loves to debate. Let's begin with one of the most controversial and fascinating stories currently surrounding Manchester United: the potential return of Mason Greenwood. According to multiple reports, Manchester United officials have internally discussed the possibility of triggering a buyback clause that was included when Greenwood was sold to Olympique de Marseille in 2024 for around £26.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, a buyback clause that could allow United to bring Greenwood back to Old Trafford for what has been described as a knockdown fee. At the same time, the deal reportedly included a massive sell-on clause believed to be between 40% and 50%, meaning if Marseille sells Greenwood to another club, United would receive a huge chunk of the transfer fee. Now here's where things get really interesting. Greenwood's form in France this season has been absolutely electric. The English forward has already scored 14 goals in League One, showing the kind of sharp finishing, confidence, and attacking flair that once made him one of the most exciting young talents to come through the academy at Old Trafford. Watching his performances in France, many fans cannot help but remember the player who burst onto the scene with such incredible promise. That deadly left foot, that composure in front of goal, that instinct inside the penalty area, it's all still there. Reports suggest Greenwood's agent has already communicated the player's strong interest in returning to Manchester United, especially with the prospect of working under a new manager who could be appointed this summer. And this is where the debate becomes huge among the fan base, because while Greenwood's footballing talent is undeniable, the decision is far from simple for the leadership group at Ineos, who are now heavily involved in shaping the sporting direction of the club. From a purely footballing perspective, the argument is straightforward. Greenwood is a natural goal scorer, a player who can operate across the front line and bring creativity and finishing ability. In a squad that has sometimes struggled to convert chances consistently, could a player with Greenwood's instinct in front of goal be exactly what United need? Could he be the type of attacker who thrives playing in front of the roaring Stretford end once again? But football is never just about what happens on the pitch. The club must also weigh the potential public reaction and the wider reputation of Manchester United globally. Old Trafford is one of the biggest stages in world football, and every decision made by the club is watched by millions of supporters around the world. So the leadership must carefully consider whether bringing Greenwood back would unite the fan base or divide it. And there's also the financial side of things. If Marseille decides to sell Greenwood to another club, United's massive sell-on clause could generate a huge profit without bringing the player back at all. Imagine Marseille selling him for £60 to £70 million in the future. With a 40 to 50% clause, United could pocket a massive sum of money that could then be reinvested into the squad. So here's the big question for you, United fans. If you were making the decision at Old Trafford, What would you do? Would you trigger the buyback clause and bring Greenwood back to Manchester? Or would you allow another club to sign him and take the enormous sell-on profit instead? Let that sink in for a moment, because this is one of the biggest strategic decisions the club could face in the coming months. Now, while that debate continues behind the scenes, there are also strong transfer rumours emerging about a young talent who could become Manchester United's next exciting winger. According to reports from Ben Jacobs, highly rated youngster Yan Diomande has been identified as one of the leading targets by the club's recruitment team, with the recommendation coming directly from the technical director group led by Christopher Vivell. The expectation is that United will go big in the market for a left-wing signing this summer. That alone tells us something important. The recruitment team clearly believes the attack needs fresh energy and unpredictability on the flanks. Modern football demands wingers who can stretch defenses, beat their fullbacks, deliver dangerous crosses, and cut inside to score goals. And if Diomande is indeed the profile they are pushing for, it suggests United are targeting players with pace, flair, and fearless attacking mentality.